pig has got a sure enough coat of hair on it. Like we were saying yesterday.
Yep.
About these guys with that winter coat.
Yeah, and like I said, you were spot on. I looked it up this morning, and they said that hogs in the late spring or early spring to mid spring, they'll start to lose their winter coat, which makes sense why they're moving so much at night when it's warm out right now.
So this knife, this blade's probably 4 inches, and look,
Yeah,
that's 4 inches of hair right there. This is how I like to do mine.
I do mine the exact same way.
This is how I do pigs, deer, bear, whatever. This is the longest haired hog I've killed all year.
That's because you keep killing those ones on the west side of the state that are little wimpy hogs. These are these are the tough hogs here.
This is them pure strain.
Well, look at what these hogs got to survive in. Look at this. Look at where we are. I mean, this is where, like I said, this is the world that we live in down here.
This pig, the only reason I think I was able to get a shot at it is it literally was probably the last pig in the group and thought that I was another pig making all the racket.
Yeah, because you were busting through this brush that we see. He was like, oh, I hit this wall. What am I going to do? And he just smashed through it trying to get to the other side of it. And that's where he ended up getting his hog. So that hog probably assumed he was another hog.
Yeah, if I had been 10 foot, you know, in front of this hog, or 10 foot behind it, I never saw it. Look at the ribs. You can see the ribs.
Yep.
That's what a poor acorn year would do for you. This is one of Donnie's knives right here.
I know, I see it. He makes such a great knife.
Yeah.
That's always the biggest pain in the butt is getting the skin out from underneath that. I'd hold it for you, but I'm actually videotaping.
Well, I tell you, I'm so used to not having any help.
That right there, that's the biggest pain is getting that out from underside that shoulder. And so far, the only thing I do different than what you do is I actually will ring those legs first, that ring cutter on them. That's the only thing I do different.
And usually, about half the time I do that.
Yep.
But I'm gonna just do this one. I'm just gonna cut the meat right off the bone.
That's what I do. I just bone it out here. No sense in bringing the legs home unless you're gonna, you know, unless you want to make a shoulder, you know, a barbecue a whole shoulder.
What a slick.
Slippery.
Slippery.
Yep. But I do the same thing. I do it, you know, bone it out right on the rib cage.
Yeah, it's Mother Nature's chopping block.
That's right. Your bag's right here. There you go.
It's amazing, you know, these wild pigs don't have much of a ham on them.
No, there's not as much meat as you'd think there is for the size of them.
And there's a good bit of meat back of this shoulder.
Yep.
Right there, that's a good cut, right on the back of that scapula.
Yeah, what do they call that? I can't remember what that's called. Some mock something or whatever. I don't remember what that is in there. And the other side on the hogs, the other side of that shoulder blade's a little trickier because it's got double ridges. You know, in that side?
Yeah.
That's got that double ridge split through the middle of it.
That's got all the teeth. Enough of This one right here, I think. Well, I do it when I get the hair on. This first sow I've killed in a while. Being extra careful because I cut my hand bad on one here a while back, a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and got a staph infection from it.
Got a staph infection. And I put a hurting on me for a few days. It's fresh there.
Yeah, and you do the same thing I do. Leave that last little sliver till you're ready to get it ready for the bag. That one you got hanging on the backside.
Yeah. There's your bone.
That's it. Back strap and flip her over.
Slither right here. It's not much left on there, but there's a little bitty.
Makes good sausage.
That's half a patty right there.
That's right. This is kind of weird filming with two phones.
I imagine.
So to put this into perspective for you guys, this video of him boning this thing out, we are exactly 9 minutes and 30 seconds into it. And he's 30 seconds away from having a back strap out. So it's about a 10-minute deal for him to do one side of this whole hog.
Yeah, and I'm a lot more cautious now than I normally am, because that last time I cut myself, it's pretty bad.
Yep.
Normally I'm a little more aggressive with his knife.
Yeah, but it's good, you know, and it's not a race. I mean, and I don't mean that like as in people should expect to do it in 10 minutes. I just mean that this is not a long process, you know, to do this. It's worth, you know, it's worth it.
It's a lot better than dragging this sucker all the way out.
Agree.
Which I'm not gonna drag unless it's 50 yards or something.
I kind of set my limit at about 48 yards.
Yeah. That's half, and it's done and done well.
Mm-hmm. With
a knife that's pretty dull. I need to sharpen my knife.
I have a Havalon in my bag. And I also have another, I got a fixed blade, a Bradford Guardian in my pocket if you want it.
Yeah.
But that one seems like it's doing pretty good.
Yeah. This thing is normally scary sharp.
And that knife that Donnie makes is so slicey and thin bladed. It is so perfect for this.
Yes, it is. Anything Donnie makes, you can't go wrong with.
That's exactly true.
And a good fella.
Yep. Genuine. And genuine's hard to come by today.
Yeah, Donnie actually sent me a sinew string for my Comanche bow a month or so ago.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
There's your entry hole right there.
Scapula. Right through the scapula with that old self bow.
Yeah, and how many pounds is it?
51.
51-pound self bow.
And that's it.
With a grizzly head, right?
Yeah. old grizzly single bevel. One of them old ones.
Yep. What's your arrow weight?
Them arrows weigh about 660,
Nice.
680, somewhere in there. Yeah. And like I said, I didn't even get the full draw on this pig. I know I didn't.
Well, with it being 10 feet away and everything happening so fast.
It was time to let it fly. That's why you need to practice some of that quick snap shooting stuff, no matter. There's my arrow right there.
That's fantastic.
Let's see here. Through the scapula, through the ribs.
Watch, you don't lose your quarter there. You're losing your quarter. Let's see here. Look at that right there.
I broke that pulling it out.
Very nice.
That's all it took. Nice to get one back. When they're sticking out the other side, you're lucky if you find them sometimes.
The brush grabs them, yanks them through.
Yeah, these old rubber gloves make it even slicker.
Yeah, make it a little harder to hold on to.
Yeah.
But on a hog, it's worth wearing rubber gloves. On anything, it's worth wearing rubber gloves.
Yeah, I never really wore them though I got that staph infection. But I'm gonna wear them from now on, even though the knife cut wouldn't, the knife would cut through that rubber glove, but you never know what you're gonna get. You may have a little.
If you got a cut already.
Yep.
Like he's doing on his front shoulder, you just follow the bone. That's all you do. It's a blade in there. Just start working the meat around a blade and get it all off there. And usually front shoulder is going to be grind anyway, like he's doing here. He's pulling it off for grind for sausage, so it doesn't have to be particular for it. Or you're going to use it for pulled pork or any of that kind of stuff. But there's no reason to be super concerned about this. Just get it off the bone.
We'll clean it up and get that.
Yep.
Let it soak on some ice and get cool and clean it up. That's that part I like right here.
Yeah, that fillet.
Yeah.
Got a little bloodshot on that one.
Yep. There's that. Oh, I got to give you some credit, Jason. You told me you go down toward the water and I'll stay up high.
Well, I figured it. Yeah, I figured this. Well, I knew it was real thick over here, and I was like, this is probably where they're hanging out at on here. And like I said, I live here, so I get to come out here every day. You're a few hours away from here.
Yeah. 2 hours and 45 minutes from the campground.
Yep. Plus, I'm not going to lie, I think I get more excitement about being part of this with other people more so than I do actually killing them myself. Don't get me wrong, I love killing them, I love eating them, but this as I get older, the camaraderie becomes much more valuable.
Oh, yeah. I mean, last night, I didn't want to leave, but I knew I had to go and get some sleep.
Yeah, we were up till, you were at my house till after 11. Then you had a 35-minute ride back to camp.
Yep.
And then I got up at 5:30 this morning. We met at McDonald's before daylight, got some breakfast, came out here, first stop of the day and first loop of the day, and boom, we got a hog on the ground.
In the pay dirt, buddy.
And since we're not far, what we'll do is we'll go get some ice and put this dude on ice and get it set while we go do more hunting. And it was cold this morning, 38 degrees when we got out of that truck.
Yep. And they were moving.
Mm-hmm.
They were moving.
This one's not anymore.
No. Well, he's moving, just not on his own accord.
Right. He's moving from the field to the freezer.
When I lived in Hawaii, this is where I really started boning everything out.
Yeah, people don't realize how aggressive, steep, and miserable that terrain is out there. Never hunted Hawaii, but I shot a few weddings out there.
There's your bone.
Yep, nice and clean.
You got back straight and we're out of here.
Did you guys notice how when he lifted that hog up, he put that hide side between him and his pants to save his pants?
Yeah, things like that, you know, don't even think about doing.
And you didn't think about it, you just did it. Look how thin those back straps are compared to a deer.
Yeah.
They're more like a fish fillet.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You can see
You can see through it almost, yeah.
Thank
That's
you,
a boned
Lord.
out hog.
Thank you, Lord. That's a wrap.